Good evening, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope everybody's having a great day. I don't know how, I realize how old I am. I am the old guy who is on the front porch telling you to get off my lawn. I know, I get this. It's a whole different world than what we're used to, okay? There's a lot of things that we used to do back in the day that are a lot different than the way things are now. For example, players didn't get multi-million-dollar contracts where, they could spend $2 million on eating and massages like CeeDee Lamb, okay? Players had to actually have a regular job in the off season and played football during the season. They didn't make this kind of money and things, okay? And it really wasn't free agency. Pretty much like if you were Randy White and drafted by the Cowboys, you were going to end up being a Cowboy your whole life. And so there was loyalty to your team, okay? And you developed rivalries. The Cowboys in Washington, literally, it was ugly. They hated each other. Now, don't get me wrong. A lot of them are friends now, past the time. Drew Pearson and Joe Theismann, or Joe Theismann, as Drew Pearson says. Joe Theismann was quarterback for Drew Pearson. First touchdown pass that Drew Pearson caught in high school was from Joe Theismann. But when they were professional football players, they probably hate each other, And there wasn't this working in the off season with the other players. You didn't fraternize with the enemy. They literally were the enemy. If you saw them, you wanted to kick their ass, okay? It was so bad that even the coaches, George Allen, literally wanted to meet Tom Landry at midfield and fight it out. And so when I see things like this, it's just kind of crazy. Now, everybody's got, their different camps, and I'm happy to see that my players are working out, that you got, specialized trainers for positions and things like Duke Merriweather, who's the offensive line guru, and, Tyler Guyton didn't really jive real good with that, so he's working with Tyron Smith. Now, you have to say that if Tyler Guyton takes a major leap this year, that, it really will boost the stock for Tyron Smith's, his camp, because Duke Merriweather didn't seem to kind of jive real good right there, so you get that. And you'll get players from other teams that say, well, Tyron Smith is going to be a Hall of Famer. I could definitely learn something from him, unless they're an idiot like Taco Charlton, who didn't want to listen to Charles Haley when Charles Haley said, I don't think his football IQ is that high, and I question his desire to play football. And looking back at the guy who has 5 Super Bowl rings versus the guy who's been jumping from team to team and not busting the grape, I'd have to say Charles Haley's probably right. So now there's certain players that I really dislike. Aaron Rodgers has to be at the top of the list, okay? Aaron Rodgers and his, fortress of solitude and darkness with the magic mushrooms and all that, and how he always seems to come back and kill the Cowboys. I hate that dude. Another guy that I really and truly don't like is George Kittle. That catch in the playoff game there where he's tipping the ball around, I'm still mad at Diggs for not selling out to knock the ball out of the way or take the ball away from him. But Skittle Kittle, I hate him. And here's where this stuff blows my mind. Because we got Jake Ferguson, who's, of course, going to tight end U, which is, put on by Travis Kelce and Tyler Swift, because that's his boo. And it's the who's who of tight ends, and they're all working together. I get this. It's still foreign to me. But here's George Kittle and his woman and Jake Ferguson and his fiance, and they're introducing and getting along. You see up there, it says 49ers. Is that a diamond? And Cowboys? Or no, handshake. We're handshake. Okay.
My name is Pink and I'm really glad to meet you. You're recommended to me by some
Now, I will at least say,
My name is Pink
at least I will say that George Kittle looks happier about this than Jake Ferguson. Ferguson's kind of like, yeah, okay. If I have to.
You're recommended to me by some people. My name is Pink and I'm really glad to meet you. You're recommended to me by some
I hope I don't get copywritten for the music. It's just, I'm not happy to meet you. He that Ferguson doesn't look that happy to meet him. He don't really look that happy. It's a different world, man. Fraternizing with the enemy. Although, I do hope that Ferg picks his brain a bit there and gets some of the moves, because the boy can't play. He can't. That's one reason why I don't like him, because the boy can't play. He's been a Cowboy killer. Still don't like him, but take what you can from him. Alrighty, good people. I'll see y'all soon. Peace out.